Echoes of May 22nd, a journey through time. Welcome to our channel. My name is Em, and it is a profound privilege to guide you today. Today we're diving into some significant historical events that happened on May 22nd. From pivotal moments in World War II to natural disasters and political journeys, let's explore these fascinating stories. The 22nd of May, a seemingly ordinary day, yet one that has witnessed the unfolding of extraordinary narratives. We shall journey back to the crucible of global conflict, where alliances were forged and the world held its breath. And finally, we will observe the intricate dance of diplomacy, where adversaries sought common ground amidst a world divided by ideology. So, let us embark on this exploration together, to understand not just what happened, but perhaps to glimpse why, and how these echoes from the past continue to shape our present world. The year is 1942. The world is engulfed in a Second World War, unparalleled in its scale and ferocity. Alliances, like tectonic plates, had shifted and collided, creating fault lines across continents. The Tripartite Pact, signed in September 1940, bound Germany, Italy, and Japan in a formidable axis. By May of 1942, the consequences of this pact were reverberating globally. The war was no longer confined to Europe or East Asia. It had become a worldwide struggle, drawing nations into its vortex. On May 22, 1942, Mexico declared war on Germany, Italy, and Japan. This came after repeated attacks by German U-boats on Mexican oil tankers. The unprovoked attacks were an affront to Mexico's sovereignty. Mexico's entry into the war highlighted the growing international coalition against the Axis powers. The Mexican Expeditionary Air Force, the Aztec Eagles, would later see combat in the Pacific. The Tripartite Pact aimed to deter American involvement, but had the opposite effect. It galvanized opposition and broadened the conflict. The events of May 1942 showed the Axis powers increasingly isolated. A pact signed in Berlin led to U-boat attacks in the Gulf of Mexico, bringing another nation into the fray. The architects of the Tripartite Pact envisioned a swift victory, but history often resists such grand designs. We now turn our gaze from the conflicts orchestrated by humankind to the raw elemental power of the Earth itself. On May 22, 1960, at 3:11 p.m. local time, the ground beneath southern Chile began to heave and shudder with an intensity never before recorded by seismographs. This was the Valdivia earthquake, or the Great Chilean Earthquake, an event of almost unimaginable magnitude. Registering a moment magnitude of 9.5, it remains to this day the most powerful earthquake ever instrumentally recorded. The rupture zone stretched for nearly 1,000 kilometers along the Chilean coast, where the Nazca Plate makes its relentless descent beneath the South American plate. The epicenter was near Lumaco, south of Conception, but the city of Valdivia, closer to the area of maximum intensity, bore the brunt of the cataclysm. Buildings, constructed with the resilience of a people accustomed to seismic activity, were nevertheless reduced to rubble. The very earth seemed to liquefy, swallowing structures whole, while landslides scarred the verdant hillsides, reshaping the landscape in minutes. The immediate impact was catastrophic for the people of Chile. Thousands lost their lives, though the exact number is difficult to ascertain, with estimates ranging from 1,000 to over 6,000. Hundreds of thousands were left homeless, their communities shattered, their livelihoods destroyed. The infrastructure of an entire region, roads, bridges, communication lines, was crippled, hampering rescue and relief efforts. The immense displacement of the seafloor generated a series of powerful tsunamis that radiated outwards across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Hawaii, some 15 hours later, was struck by waves reaching up to 10 meters, causing widespread damage in Hilo Bay. Japan, on the opposite side of the Pacific, experienced the waves nearly a day after the earthquake. Coastal communities in Honshu and Hokkaido were inundated, with over 100 lives lost and thousands of homes destroyed. The Valdivia earthquake served as a brutal, yet invaluable lesson for seismologists and engineers. It provided unprecedented data on the behavior of megathrust earthquakes and the devastating potential of tsunamis. The Great Chilean Earthquake stands as a monument to this power and a call for humility, preparedness, and respect for the natural world. Chapter 3. Bridging the Chasm, Nixon's landmark journey to Moscow. On May 22, 1972, a different kind of tremor was felt, not in the ground, but in the foundations of the Cold War. United States President Richard Nixon arrived in Moscow, the first ever official visit by an American president to the Soviet capital. This was a moment laden with symbolism and profound geopolitical significance. Nixon's visit was a bold move, a cornerstone of his policy of détente, an easing of strained relations. The summit meeting between Nixon and Soviet General Secretary Leonid Brezhnev was a week of intensive negotiations. One significant outcome was the signing of the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty, or SALT I. This agreement placed limits on the number of strategic ballistic missile launchers each side could deploy. Nixon's visit marked a significant shift towards a more managed, less confrontational relationship. It established a framework for dialogue and negotiation, recognizing shared interests in survival and stability. And so, our journey through the annals of May 22nd draws to a close. We have witnessed the intricate weave of global politics as alliances shifted the course of a world war, felt the Earth's profound power in the devastating Chilean earthquake, and observed a bold step towards easing tensions in the heart of the Cold War. These moments from the past are not merely historical footnotes, they are powerful reminders. They speak of the consequences of human ambition, the awesome might of nature, and the courageous pursuit of peace even in the darkest of times. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. My name is Em, and it has been an honor to share these stories with you. See you next time as we continue to explore the remarkable chronicles of our world.